What's up, guys? Welcome back. Got some patch news. Obviously, 407.2 has dropped, which is the Farmhouse update. And yeah, it looks pretty cool so far. I'm going to go through the patch notes, and after that, I'll show you some of the in-game stuff. I've been and set up a farmhouse already, or two of them. And yeah, you can take a look at them, but let's have a look through the patch notes. Ahoy Pathfinders, we find ourselves at the cusp of a new frontier as the new crew begins rolling in new and exciting changes and content. As mentioned previously, the first of these new features, farmhouses, are here. Let's dive in and get a little in-depth about the update. And there's another cool screenshot of the farmhouses, that's the wooden one. Well, I'll talk about it afterwards, but I don't get why we've got wood and stone ones, to be honest. Available under the construction and mercantilism esoteric of building. Still can't pronounce either of them words, I don't think, but whatever. I think that's close. Players can construct both wood and stone farmhouses in the smithy. Farmhouses will require at least one thatch or wood for fuel to start gathering resources from nearby nodes. And as long as there are thatch and wood nodes within the area, the farmhouse will continue to fuel itself. Talk about efficiency. Players will be able to determine the farming radius based off the light blue sphere during placement. Any resources with at least one node within the radius will be collected. Now you can see that one has gathered them resources, and it gathers on a tick, so every time it ticks it gathers so much of the resources in the area, and it does work really well. It's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Additional details. Structures built within the farmhouse radius will reduce the farming efficiency. The farmhouse has 30 slots in the inventory. Resources collected in the farmhouse inventory will stack up to 10,000 units. When collecting resources, they will be distributed within the player inventory at the normal stack size. Farmhouse capped at 8,000 weight and will stop auto farming when reaching this point. Stone farmhouses gather slightly faster and is more difficult to destroy. Farmhouses may not be placed in 12,000 units of another farmhouse. Yeah, again, I don't know why you can have the stone and the wood at the same point. I think maybe they should have made the wood one available from an earlier point in the skill tree, because I don't know why you would build the wood one over the stone one at any point. While it will still be faster to manually farm resources when you need something right away, a farmhouse is sure to be a necessity in the long term. Be sure to take care of your farmhouse. Other pathfinders may be eyeing to pillage it. It can be hard to tell when some resources go missing because you have such a large stockpile up for grabs. I think the thing you really got to worry about with these is getting griefed, because you can place an unlimited amount by the looks of things. Within an area you can only place 2, I think, and they've got to be spread out by the 12,000 units like it says in them notes there, but there isn't a cap on how many you can have, and you can just place them everywhere, and I can see that being a real issue. If you're not on an island with a load of friendly people in a part of a community or something, you might struggle to even get a farmhouse down, let alone multiple. This really sucks. I'm gutted they've done this, but we'll read it first. Ships for gold. Last week we also announced that buying ships for gold would be coming in this update. However, the tides have changed our course. We heard feedback from the community regarding buying ships for gold, and it spurned our creative juices. We'll be holding on to this to make it into a more comprehensive feature. It will be well worth the wait, mateys. So yeah, that's interesting. I'm glad they've had the bottle to pull that before they've released it when they said they was gonna. But that's good. They've obviously decided they want to change something, or at least I'm assuming they're being honest and they're not behind for some reason. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. They've not liked something. They've took it down. They're going to change it, and we'll see it later on. And that's fine by me. I'd love to know what you guys think, but I think that's a great way of developing a game. Don't just stick stuff out for the hell of it because you said it was going to be out at a certain point. If you're not happy with it, fix it and then put it out. That's what I reckon. Don't just put it out for the sake of it, because that's what they've done on the game release. They rushed it out for a Christmas release or whatever the case was, and you know, there was no spawn points and all that. We all know what happened, anyone that was around at that time, and that was down to trying to hit a deadline they'd set. They should have just said, you know what, guys, we've messed up. It's not going to happen. Give us a few weeks. The game will be out then. Hopefully, fingers crossed, this is a sign of them learning lessons, and they've realised that this particular feature they wanted to bring in, the ship's gold, wasn't ready. They wasn't happy with it, and they've took it away and they're editing it, and that's fine. I think that's good. I'm hoping it's going to be a good thing for the game, and I'm really interested to see how that's going to work and what the actual plan for the ships for gold is. Changes. As we mentioned last week, all players above level 80 will be reduced to level 80 in response to leveling abuse. This was not a decision that we made lightly, and we greatly considered community feedback on this matter. After crew considered all options and looked into what was possible within the current infrastructure of Atlas, we decided this would be the best course of action. The level cap will remain 120, so Pathfinders can pick back up and get right back into their journey, although this may also affect some righteous Pathfinders who were able to level up far. We felt that this was in the best interest of the health of the game. We sincerely apologise for any inconvenience and greatly appreciate your patience and understanding. We will be improving our processes moving forward and are committed to making sure that Atlas is a fun and fair experience for all. With the farmhouses, we have included a few balance adjustments and tackled a tricky fix as well. We're making some adjustments to the Army of the Damned treasure guards in an effort to make certain content more accessible for all styles of pirating. The difficulty will remain the same, but the reduced mob size should make the encounter more manageable for solo Pathfinders and smaller crews. See the complete change log for 407.2 in the patch notes section below. So the level cap thing, really cool that they've done that. I'm sure that's not going to make everyone happy. I think a lot of people wanted to see the people that abused the Yeti XP hack, cheat, glitch, whatever you want to call it, get completely wiped. But I mean, it was there. They used, they exploited a problem with the game, and the development team took a while to get it sorted. It did take them a little while to get it sorted, and obviously more and more people did it. So you'd be basically wiping the entire servers if you did what most people are calling for. So I think this is a fair trade-off. Yes, people are still going to be at an advantage, I'd imagine, in PvP at least. I mean, I don't know what else they could do besides just resetting the servers. And I know people are asking for that as well, but then a lot of people will also be annoyed at that. Either way, they were going to struggle to make everyone happy. I think this was going to make the higher percentage of people happy, if that makes sense. I think more people will be happy with this result than a complete wipe. Yes, the people that exploited the glitch are going to get off slightly lightly, to be honest. But, I mean, overall, I think it's a good compromise. So, yeah, again, I'd love to know what you think to that. But I think, they've done the best they can with what they had, to be honest. Nerfing the Army of Down treasure guards, I don't like that, to be honest. I get it I know everything's PvP focused right now, and I guess for PvP this will make things better for the PvE side of it when you want to go and collect gold and find blueprints and stuff. I completely understand that. At the same time, they said they've not made it easier, but they've reduced it, you'll see in the patch notes, to packs of 3, I believe, which is pathetic. You might as well just have an X on a map and you dig it up and walk away with your gold and not bother fighting anyone, in my opinion. This is all PvP orientated right now. That is the main focus of Atlas, and I am 100% in favour of that. I understand why they're doing that. It's going to move the game forward. PvP has to be the main focus for this game. But yeah, as a PvE player, I would rather they had done things differently with that. Maybe made it easier and kept the mobs the same. I would have enjoyed that more rather than just 3 mobs. And if you've got a bear, if you've got a half decent bear, maps were really not hard anyway. So I think the main thing they needed to change with the maps was the spawn points and stop them spawning up on top of cliffs and halfway up cliffs and on top of big stone pillars and things like that. I think that's what they needed to change more than anything. Forget the nerfing or buffing the Guardians. Fix the spawn points. That's what I reckon personally. Again, as with everything, I'd love to know your thoughts on that. So let's get into the patch notes. So obviously the farmhouse is in. You unlock it in the construction tab on the last skill tree, on the last skill point of the skill tree, sorry. You craft it in the smithy. They've done a balance pass on it for gather speed, radius, cost to build, max weight, fuel cost, etc. Army of Damned treasure guards we just spoke about. It reduced number of guards spawn per wave to 3. Modified type of guard spawn. So they've modified the type of guard spawn. I don't know what ones they've changed. Removed XP reward from the abominable snowman encounter. So it sounds like they've just completely removed the XP from the boss. Guess that's one way to fix it. They fixed the duplicate bug for the explosive barrel as well. If you've seen the video of that recently, it's quite funny. XP rollback for players. Any characters over level 80 have been rolled back to level 80. And they've increased damage to torpedoes by 50%. That sounds nuts. I would love to know from the PvP players how that's going to affect the gameplay. And yeah, how much for damage increase is that? Increased damage by 50%. Is that, I mean, is that insane, or were they really that bad beforehand? Yeah, I'd love to know. But yeah, there you go. I mean, I guess it's a good balance. You've got the new content. They've done some balance changes. They fixed some bugs. I mean, that is a well-balanced patch, I guess. But yeah, we all know there's a lot wrong that needs fixing. But yeah, I just thought I'd point out now because I know people are going to mention it. Yeah, there's not a great deal of major bug fixes. But I think the bug fixes they have fixed there are pretty major. Like especially the duplicating explosive barrels and obviously the Yeti rewards. So that fixes that glitch. So they are they're major actually. But yeah, there's a lot of other things that need addressing obviously. But yeah, there we go guys. There's the patch notes. Gonna jump into the game now. I already recorded this before I went through these, so you can see what the farmhouse looks like and a little bit how it works. And yeah, just quickly, I know a few people have said they want to see more gameplay, and I've been doing a lot of these recently. The gameplay is always on a Friday and a Monday, and it'll either be Atlas or Star Citizen. It should be one and then the other. But yeah, at the moment I'm a little bit behind. I'm trying to catch up, but you know, with work and stuff going on in other stuff in real life, it's yeah, I'm a little bit behind, but I am working on catching up. These videos I do with the patch notes and any like news and updates and things for Atlas are just as and when I've got them, because they're actually quite easy for me to record and edit. They don't take as long as the gameplay stuff. I'm sure you can appreciate that. So yeah, that's what's going on guys. I'm not stopping doing the gameplay. It will always be gameplay on a Friday and a Monday, and these type of videos will just be as and when they come out. This dropped this morning as I woke up, or just before I woke up. Obviously I'm in the UK, so for the first time in a while I've been able to put out a patch notes thing with the patch notes rather than like a few days later or something like that. So yeah, that's how things are working at the moment guys, if you're wondering. But enough of that stuff. Just thought I'd mention that now in the video because it's the best way for me to communicate with everyone that watches the channel. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram, Facebook and stuff like that if you want to like get updates, or just join the Discord channel and I can give you updates on things like that there. So yeah, like I said, I've got the Farmhouse gameplay recorded. I say gameplay, I just like went in game to have a look at it. So you can check that out now guys, and I'll speak to you later. Right, let's go look at the farmhouse, guys. So I've been and got one made. I've placed one down already just to see where we could put them. And you craft them in the smithy, and you can make the stone and the wood one at the same time. Like you get them both from the last skill in the construction tree, esoteria of building, or however you pronounce that. Yeah, you can build either or. They're about the same price really, except if you want the stone one, obviously it's more stone and less wood. If you want the wood one, it's less stone and more wood. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Now the only problem I can see with them at the moment is that there isn't a limit on them as far as I can see to how many you can place. It's just a range limit. Yeah, so people can just spam them around everywhere, and I think that is going to cause a lot of issues if you're not on a friendly island like myself. There's a few round here from my neighbour, from the Blues Brothers, who Joe, I just went and spoke to, and he very kindly picked one up for me that I could place down here by the metal nodes next to me. So here you can see what it looks like. They look pretty cool, man. I really like them. They're self-efficient as well, so if you've got wood in them to start them, they should carry on themselves if they've got wood they can reach. So this is farming wood somehow already, which it wasn't in its range as far as I could tell. But that's been down for about 10 minutes, I would say. Oh, that might have been the wood I put in to start it, to be honest. But yeah, you can see there it's doing quite a bit already. So, I think I can place one here somewhere. I think I checked a minute ago. Yeah. So we go back here as far as I can get. I think that'd be a good selection of wood and fibre and stuff like that. And you can see there the radius. That's the radius that it collects things in. But the radius in which you can place another one is quite big, so you wouldn't be able to place one on the edge of this circle as far as I could tell. But we'll go ahead and plonk that one down there. Boom. And there we go. Put a bit of wood in to get it going. And this should just start collecting stuff. It will start filling its wood back up, so it will keep fueling itself essentially. I might have to keep going to check the other one that I put by the metal nodes. But this one should be cool. Oh, there you go already, look, wow. That was like one tick, it just picked up that load of stuff. So you can see it's going to be a bit of a game changer, to be honest. And I'm going to go over the patch notes. Obviously, you would have seen the patch notes already. I've put this after them. But, yeah, I haven't read them myself right now, so I don't know if it says anything about a limit on them. But it does say about a range in which you can place another one. But they're pretty cool, man. I think that's good. I do think we're going to have issues with it. Be interesting to see how it pans out on PvP. On PvE, I think it's going to be a way that people can grief each other, to be honest. And it's going to be a little bit annoying. But luckily for me, I'm on a nice island with really nice neighbours, so it's not a problem for me. But yeah, you could get unlucky in other places and not be able to place these down at all. But yeah, there we go, guys. There's a farmhouse. The only thing that I haven't been able to work out yet, and I was speaking to the guys in Crimson, and yeah, we've not been able to work out whether they pick up the crop plot vegetables, like your farmed vegetables. I don't think it does. I think it's got to be naturally grown that it collects. Alright, guys. Hopefully you can see alright. It is night time, but I was going to wait for morning, but I've left this an hour now. And the other one just over an hour, so I thought we'd check them and see what's inside. So there you go, that's after an hour. It's managed to get tin somehow, so it's obviously getting them out of the normal rocks and getting quite a good amount. What weight are we on right now? 3.2, almost 3.3k after sort of around an hour. So yeah, that can be left for another couple of hours. And this one has been here for over an hour now, probably like an hour and a half, I think. That's got 4.2k weight in it. And it is getting wood from somewhere for definite, so that's interesting. And amazingly, actually, it's not got that much more metal than the one with mixed rocks around it. Because these are all metal nodes right here. Oh, it can just about get that one tree, look, that's what it's catching on. Oh, that's good. So yeah, that's pretty cool. It does say here, outdoor efficiency 1.0. I wonder what the other one said. Outdoor efficiency 1.0. Okay, I don't really know what that means then, but yeah, this one's definitely right outside. So this one's been down like an hour. The other one's been down like just over an hour and a half, I think, like I said. And this one's only got 400-ish less metal. And there is no metal nodes here. It's only normal rocks, as in, you know, rocks with a mix of... I can't even see any right now. With a mix of stone, flint and metal in them. Like this one here, look. Stone, radiolite, tin. And it's... oh, there's one. There's a great big one right next to it. So yeah, it's getting like the same amount as the one right next to metal node. So that's a bit strange. But there you go, guys. There's the farmhouses. That's what they do. There's the sort of efficiency they're at. Definitely going to play around with these and see if you can make them more efficient. See if they gather, like how they work in different areas, whether that affects them. Like I said, I've got one here which is in like a little woodlandy type area with fibre, wood thatch, a bit of stone around it. The other one's basically on top of metal nodes, and it's not really gaining that much more metal. So that's really interesting to me. Be interesting to play around with it, see if you can change that at all. So yeah, there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said earlier, if you're on the channel for like gameplay content and stuff like that, don't worry, it'll always be on a Friday and Monday if I've got it. I am a little bit behind right now due to work and other stuff, like just going on in life in general. So yeah, just once again wanted to clarify that, guys. Join the Discord channel. I've put in a new Mosh News thread on there, so I can keep you guys up to date with what's going on, so you can be aware of why things might be a bit slower or why videos might be missing, etc. I'm going to try and do that. I think that'll be the best way for me to communicate with you guys. So yeah, check that out if you're not on the Discord already. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it was informative in some way, and I'll see you in the next one.